Quit with all the voodoo, can't kill my juju. Yeah, I got some screws loose, I might go cuckoo. I would rather lose you than to use you. You can't kill the vibe now, I'm covered in juice.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Beselfliss. We here. We back, man. We about to do another stream. This is something that I wanted to actually like do a reaction to. I saw it like floating around this week on the internet and shit. So I was like, man, I wanna really like dive into it and really like try to understand perspective, because it's some different shit for real. Like Bobby Lee ends up having a conversation with his cast on his podcast. It's the 500th episode, so he made that shit special. You know what I'm saying? He ended up gritting all the people from Mad TV, or a couple of them, and then sitting down with them and having conversations. And it's crazy because like what's going viral right now is Eerie Spears talking about his career and where he thinks he should be and all these things. But you know, I think what everybody's been getting from these clips that's been floating around is like gratitude. You know what I'm saying? This is like someone that is suffering from a disease called More, and there's a lot of people in the world that are suffering from this, especially when they're in the entertainment industry, because they want to level up. They want to do more shit. They want to do better shit. You know what I'm saying? So, or they feel like, yo, financially, I want to get to this one place. I want to get to this part. Whenever you get to these milestones, if you can't be comfortable with where you are, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to it's going to be really hard for you to be able to appreciate where you are in life. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's crazy. So like, we're going to jump into this shit real quick. We got enough talking. We're going to see what's up with this. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right, so here we go. We're on the desktop now. Let's see, where are we? Okay, here we go.
When the audience was clapping and the music was playing, we would be away from each other, be away from the cast, just talking to each other, and people were like, what the fuck?
Let me tell you, man. And we all know, in terms of comedic chemistry, some of our dance partners were better than others. It's like, I love working with Will because I felt like me and Will bang like that. Me and Deborah, me and Mo. And yeah, I worked with Nicole, I worked with Alex, I worked with Michael, but I never felt like we danced the perfect dance comedically together like with these people, with these guys.
Who did you feel that with? The perfect dance. Who was your person?
Dance. It probably, no offense, but probably the later generation of people.
That's fair.
That's very
like
fair.
Flanagan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did a lot with her, and Nicole Parker, these types of people. You know, Ike and I did a lot together. Ike Barinholtz and I, but not that I like dancing with you guys. And they were very cosmic dance.
You and I didn't work a lot together to begin with.
You were my first sketch.
Right.
Do you know what my first sketch was?
No.
You were Chris Tucker and I was Jackie Chan.
That's crazy.
And also Will was Lance Bass, I think, or something. What's this?
No, what's this?
Is that not?
No, it was. I looked like Chris, and I was Chris Tucker.
That was 7 Buddy Cops. What is it? Wasn't it? Yeah, definitely.
I think it was because I actually worked with the actual Jackie Chan as Chris Tucker.
Yeah. That's why I pooed in Dick Blasucci's office. Because of that sketch.
I actually did a sketch with Jackie Chan as Chris Tucker.
A letter, and I go, Dear Dick, right? I'm a huge fan of Jackie Chan. I don't even have to have a line, right? Just put me in the background. I just want to meet him. Then I'm watching Mad one day, and he's on it with you, right? And the next day at work, I put in his office. Oh my God! Yeah, that's what you get.
Bro,
Just put your foot down.
I don't think people understand what Mad TV was in the era when I was a young kid, yo. It was like the most... It was just, I don't know, it was something about the short-term sketch, like, which these shows that, the Mad TV stuff, it actually came out before the Dave Chappelle show. And it was, the only thing that was out similar to this before its time was, like, In Living Color and Saturday Night Live, stuff like that, where they were doing small sketches. But for some reason, the group of talent that they pulled in for Mad TV, bro, it was untouchable. Like, Bobby Lee was like, he was killing it. The lady that did Miss Swan, she went off to do some crazy movies. The kid that was Stewie, he the first Stewart, you know, before it's Stewie Griffin, But like, you know what I'm saying? Like he did a bunch of movies too. They came out to be some really big hitters that came out from the show. This lady right here, she's amazing. I love her. Yo, she's so dope. She's the girl that's behind or down here from yeah, so she's on the bottom, but yeah, she's amazing. All these people that they pulled together was such a talent pool, yo, that it just exploded. People fell in love with the characters. I loved Bobby Lee. I loved Miss Swan and you know, the lady with the gloves and all that stuff. Like, that shit was so lit when I was a kid, yo. It was rebellious. It was just like, who can say the most craziest thing on this show? And you're just waiting for, every line was a punchline, yo, like a crazy comedy punchline. And I was like, it was just masterfully executed, masterfully like crafted, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to writing and you know, actually being able to do this on the fly. It was there was no show like this. It was unmatched. It was like a revamp of Living Color, because I believe when this came out and Living Color was no longer around. So, you know, yeah, I remember so many crazy moments, yo, watching Mad TV, bruh. Like, even back to like when I was a kid and I would be like sitting there in the library, you know what I'm saying, reading the magazines, the actual magazines. I got, Mad TV means a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? It really does. This is the doll right here from Mad TV. Let me switch over real quick so y'all can see a bigger thing of the doll. Yeah. So this right here is the doll, the Mad TV doll. This doll is I don't know, it's so like nostalgic to me, because when I was little, you know what I'm saying, I would literally sit in the library and read all the magazines. And these ears are iconic as hell to me, bruh. Like this is the most unique doll ever. This reminds me, like, and even artistic wise, like, this shit kind of reminds me of like some Tyler the Creator type shit. Like, I don't know why, but like the way he's put together, the kicks, like all of that shit, bro. Like, he kind of reminds me of like Tyler the Creator, like the way he does his art and stuff now. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mad TV was a huge part of my life growing up, man. And to see where they are now is crazy, because you would think that these people were doing amazing shit. Like, they were, like, you know, they were all successful. Well, they are successful, but you would think that they were all fucking like rich and like they had access to certain shit in Hollywood and stuff like that. But they fucking don't. And it's sad, because they really did put the work in. And, you know, but Avery Spears is about to break this shit down, bro. So let's listen.
Yeah, you're right. Is that it?
No, that's not the
That's
sketch.
not-
It was a
I don't think
a
it's in
sketch
count
with
there.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is. Wow. Yeah, that was it. That was my first sketch. My first live.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to see it. Thank you. Yeah, that was it. And you know what? You made me feel very comfortable that day. You were very positive. I've always loved you.
I've always loved you too. And my thing was this: I could tell you were nervous, and you just needed someone to know that you were on your corner. If you're on this show, you fucking belong here. And that was my motto. If you're on this show, you fucking belong here, and you have every right
Tell
to
him
feel
that.
comfortable.
Tell
You know,
that-
but
tell
you know,
that to
also
Scott
as a
right
woman, I wanted to nurture you, because I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wanted to feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, you were okay
Yeah.
on and off the set.
Yeah.
I felt the same about you.
You're so nice to me, Mo.
you
Oh
were
my
just-
God,
I
that's why you're
remember-
always my forever person.
I remember one time, you know, just behind the sets, and you were so nervous. It probably was alive, and you were just so nervous. And I'm like, "This is. Do you know how lucky we are? We get to go out and make these people laugh. That's why you're here, and that's all you have to do." But you were terrified.
Yeah.
You were having a bad moment,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No."
My confidence came after you guys left. When I was like, I became you guys.
This is probably why you felt more towards, you know, the Flanagans and
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah, that's when I felt my confidence. Because like, I'm
Yeah.
the old guy now, and you know.
Yeah.
But like,
But it's nice to have people like Mo be able to, and Aries to be able to pass, eventually
not Aries,
pass
not
that
Aries, not Aries.
baton.
Did you guys sense the tension between Bobby and Aries?
No.
No. Oh.
yeah, there was no communication.
Yeah,
It was all friction.
yeah, but it wasn't even like it wasn't even like I went to somebody and said, "Man, this fucking Bobby Lee." I just,
I
felt how I felt, and I just kept it
I
to
get it, dude.
myself.
I get it, and I didn't know how I felt.
And let me tell you something. Had he said something to me, he and I would have had a talk. He and I would have had a talk.
Yeah, I wish.
He's very friendly and caring, but I love him, and I know he has the capacity to love others.
I love you so much, dude. I really do.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I love you so much.
people think my because of my exterior, and I'll take some of the blame, partly of
Please.
because of some of the things I say.
Take most of the blame.
Because of some of the things I say, I know my mouth is my biggest attribute, but I also know it's my biggest detriment.
Yeah.
So, but it's like when you really get to know me,
Yeah.
dude, come on, man, I ain't that.
I think
that
I'm the
nigga.
only one on Mad TV.
That's
that's ever seen
crazy.
Aries cry.
Bobby
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
in full drag.
You cried?
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Dude, I love Sex in the City. You know I'm vulnerable, man. You know I'm.
Yeah.
You know I'm.
So you cried?
Fuck you, Bobby.
No. What you cry? What you? Fuck you, man. What you cry about? What you cry about? My little baby boy. What you cry about?
Listen, man. Listen.
What you cry about, my baby boy?
When you feel close to people,
Yeah.
and you feel like you can let your guard down, you let it go.
Yeah.
But do you remember what he cried about?
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I do, but that's not up to me.
Is that
to say.
me?
Yeah.
You
Who the
play,
fuck else you think that is?
you play a lot of women in this show.
I know. They didn't know what else to do with it.
So did I once Deborah left.
Oh yeah.
I played all the black women.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So why you cry, baby? Do you remember at all?
I don't.
Yeah,
I do, but it's
Yeah.
that's not up to me to say.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was
It was tender.
no, it was out of a frustration and an anger and feeling.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah, listen, dude. I just feel
Can I
like
just say that when that shit was happening is when I came on.
what?
When all that stuff was happening,
Oh,
right? And I came into the show with that,
Oh.
right? And so I could feel it. I didn't know what any of the information was.
yeah.
Because at the time, I thought it was me.
Oh.
Yeah, at the time, I was like,
wow.
yeah, like, there's something going on. It doesn't feel right, right?
Mm.
And only later, then I was like, oh, I put everything together. I go, oh, I came in the wrong time.
Shoot.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know, it was just weird. And we can't talk about it. But yeah, so I understand what it is. And you know what? I would have cried too.
Because it affected everything.
Yeah, it affected everything from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And I felt it. It was really weird.
Like these young kids say now, I'm gonna give you your flowers. I just felt like, God damn, man, I'm not getting my flowers, man.
You have your flower.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Listen to me, Aries. We're the luckiest people on this planet.
We are. When you put it in perspective,
That's what you have
Then
to
take
put
a
it in
deep breath.
perspective and
This is when this shit starts right here. Yeah. Like this is when shit really hits the fan with Aries Spears, and they start diving deep. Like this is the most honest conversation that I've ever heard on a YouTube podcast, where it's amongst the cast of people that have dedicated years and years. I know you guys probably hear my foot massager. Oh, my bad, bro. Let me turn this off. But like, this is definitely like one of those moments that like really made me think. A lot of artists suffer from this. You know what I'm saying? They get to this idea in their head on where they're supposed to be, and they start to beat themselves up if they're not there. When it's like you have a whole lifetime to do something great. Don't dwell on where you are. Dwell on how are you going to get to where you're going to go. Come up with a game plan. You know what I'm saying? Strategies, all that good stuff is what is necessary to get to that next place. My bad, I had to sneeze. But and Aries Spears is at the place where he knows he put the work in, he did a whole lot, and he was expecting a whole lot more. But let's jump back in and see what's up.
put it in perspective. Then put it in perspective and keep it in perspective.
You know, in AA, right, there's a term, wear a new pair of glasses. Just look at it in a certain way, right? Because, what our brains are thinking isn't who we really are, right? It's the observer that's observing the thinking is who we really are.
Yeah.
Okay?
And always remember this, too. Whatever you focus on increases.
Well, I've been focusing a long time waiting for some shit to increase.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you focus on increases. So be careful and full of care what you focus on, bro.
Yeah, also, I'm sorry, dude. I played the Columbus Funny Bone recently. Were you just there?
Yeah, this weekend.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's an A room.
Yeah,
You sold good tickets?
sold out.
Fuck you then.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Bobby.
Fuck you, dog. Thank you, mama. Wear a new pair of glasses, guy.
Yep.
Right? And don't
Listen,
stick your
man,
tongue out, man.
I-
dude.
listen.
Yeah.
I just turned 50. I just got these.
Yeah.
I wear glasses
Yeah.
now.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're all. We live better than 99.9% of people.
No
on this planet.
one's disagreeing with that. But in your heart at night, when you lay your head down on that pillow, and you say to yourself, "I know I deserve more."
No, that's what you say.
That's what you say.
That's what you say.
We don't think that.
I
never think of bad.
I go in the
I
floor like
I think Aries deserves more in my mind. You know, when I'm about to go to bed.
You don't think that?
Yeah, I don't think that about you.
Based on your level of talent.
Yes, I
Okay.
I will admit I wonder why it went a certain way. I have accepted it. Do you know what
Ads, oh my god.
You can get into with a 3.6 GPA.
Fucking hate ads. It's too many of them.
4.0 plus GPAs get rejected.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean I stop doing and being and having the talent that I have, but there's a certain level of acceptance that after fucking decades, you have to just go. This is my journey. This is what my journey is going to be, not what I thought it was going to be. And look, I've had some crazy shit happen in my life that I certainly did not think was going to be part. But that's my journey. And here's the thing. I'm a resilient mofo. Motherfucker.
Yeah, what's up?
So that's my journey.
Yeah.
Do I have this big Hollywood career? I do not. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know that that's what I want anymore. I'd like some money, but what I'm ending up with is a different kind of richness.
because you're wealthy.
And now, have I had to choose that in order to have that glass half full? Perhaps I have. But my glass is half full because I see where I've arrived, and that is that I'm a resilient motherfucker. You come at me with anything, I'm right there, man. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, fascism, you come the fuck. But I'm right there. I'm strong.
Yeah.
I'm strong.
I think they understand what Eerie Spears doesn't. Like, she's basically saying, bro, we got in and we left unscathed, and we didn't get the money that we deserved and the recognition of like being these big movie stars and all this stuff. But we are legendary in the bucket that we sat in. You know what I'm saying? And Eerie Spears don't want to hear that shit. This nigga's like, bruh, like, I'm trying to be on like the biggest movies and I wanted to get to that place. You know? It's weird because as an artist, there's millions of people doing this. They're making music, they're putting out music videos every day. There's some crazy number, like 100,000, 200,000 songs are being uploaded a day on Spotify. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The competition is fierce. And I think the only thing that's like making sense to me on why these people didn't have like a crazy career was because the pool is so big and there's so much talent that they ended up getting overshadowed by other people. You know what I'm saying? Which in their prime, they weren't outshadowed. They literally dominated. They held it down. They created the platform. They did all those things. But as they got older, you know what I'm saying, maybe the drive wasn't as strong as some of the newer people. And when, other people were out there fucking grinding, they end up getting positions that belong to them now. And now these people start to fade out. Eerie Spears is extremely successful. Like, the girl here, she's did well for herself. She did very, very good for herself. The other lady here, very successful at what she does. You know what I'm saying? So like, Bobby Lee, you already know. Out of all of them, I think Bobby Lee got the most bread, straight up. Like he turned this shit into something completely different. He turned this shit into a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Ended up, having multiple podcasts with other creators. you know, he's definitely evolved with the industry. A lot of comedians like Theo Von and Joe Rogan, they all looked at the podcast as like a way to stay relevant, which is great. It's a smart way to stay alive in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? But Eerie Spears does not want to hear this shit, bruh. And I know so many artists that are like him, bruh, that just do not want to hear this shit. It's like, I don't know, with me, the music, I love the music. It's fun. I do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I can make a song with my eyes closed. I can do that shit in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy it. It's my therapy. It's how I, you know, get my shit going, you know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I get things off my chest. I get to vent, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to talk to nobody about my personal shit. I put all my real life in the music. You know what I'm saying? But it's not my end all be all. You know what I'm saying? I do video production. I know I could shoot a fucking movie if I wanted, bruh. I can, you know what I'm saying? I done everything from shooting with big ass celebrities and, you know, like A-list celebrities. I done shot with, you know what I'm saying? And I shot music videos for shit tons of people and commercials, you know what I'm saying, for big companies. I done did a lot in my life, you know what I'm saying, to realize that, you know, when I was that kid that was like 18, I was always saying like, bro, I'm gonna be the biggest artist in the world. Do I still feel that way? Yes, I do. I feel like I'm gonna be the biggest artist in the world. It's not more along the lines of if it's gonna happen. It's more along the lines of when it happens, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, you could be wrong a million times. You just need to be right once. And I think, you know, his efforts, he's been doing a lot, and it's been so much time where he hasn't got nothing extremely big. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably making him depressed that he's not on the trajectory of where he wants to be. But I believe that if he continues to work, you know, he'll have his that one time to be right again. You know what I'm saying? Where his shot will come and he'll be able to do what a lot of these young people can't do. So it's more about patience and stuff like that. But for all the artists that are out there that feel like, yo, I gotta do this shit, like I'm gonna this is the only thing I want to do, and if it doesn't happen, my life is over. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You guys need to think with a bigger mindset. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to realize that, you know, if you're meant for this shit, then you're meant to go through the worst. You're meant to go through the moments where nothing is happening. You know what I'm saying? Where no one's talking, where, you know, people aren't listening. You have to go through that shit in order to become the great. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the formula. So if this is a position you're looking for and you think you're the next LeBron of whatever the fuck you're doing, bruh, hold it down. And, you know, I believe you'll get there. But like I said, you just gotta be right one time, man. Eerie Spears, he's not fucking done. He's far from over. You know what I'm saying? And I know he's gonna climb his way back up to the top. Like, I believe in the rest of the people at the table too. Like, I believe that, bro, that white lady is hilarious. If I seen her in a movie with like Will Ferrell or like fucking Steve Carell, like, it would be a fucking hit movie. I could see her, you know, doing crazy shit. The other lady, she's amazing at what she does, and they're gonna talk about what she does professionally now. But let's hear what Eerie got to say, man. Or Ari, here we go.
Without a bag of cash.
Because you know where your real wealth comes from.
I do. I do.
And it is a life lesson. It is a life lesson.
Yeah.
I never felt like anybody owed me shit. For me, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And
amen.
For me, it was like, well, what the fuck do I want to do with my life? Not what a business or career is. I don't call myself having a career. I don't have a career. I have creative opportunities that I can say yes to or no to. Bottom line, which is why you don't see me on camera a lot. I fucking tatted my fucking self up because I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I love to do, and the door's open for me in terms of voiceover.
I'm gonna start tatting myself up.
Bro, she's fucking tatted, bro. Like, she is yatted, like, straight up. She wasn't like that for the show. They're gonna show old clips of her, old pictures and shit.
I think some neck tattoos would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
maybe
one.
a teardrop. Yeah. Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay. Calm down.
Yeah. How do you feel now, Aries?
You know,
You've done well, Eric.
And allow what to
Hold on,
come.
but I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy to shit on what y'all saying, because I get where you're coming from. But that
Wait, what did she say?
About
in a nutshell, tell me. I don't think you get it.
No, I absolutely get it. I hear it.
Well, then tell me what it is.
About being satisfied within your own journey, and this is what your journey is. And
hallelujah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
but what I'm saying is, that sounds good.
No, it doesn't sound good. It is good. She's living that truth.
What is missing? What do you want? Because I know you have money. I saw what you rolled up in. I'm driving a Fiat from 2011.
And I'm driving a fucking base model Chevy motherfucking Spark. Roll your windows up, bitch. So what are you what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking?
He's doing a lot better than all of them, and he still is like, you know, a portion of this could be determination and wanting to be great. The other portion is delusion. It's a fine line. It's hard to find like the exact position on where that is, where it's like, I want to be the fucking biggest. To compare yourself to people that did great things, you automatically lost, because you've gotten to witness people at their peak, and you're trying to compare yourself to people at their fucking peak, which is impossible. You can't fucking compare yourself to Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare yourself to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, his story was crazy. Like, he ended up, you know, doing the Chappelle show. They took the show from him. You know, they offered him hundreds of millions of dollars to do this fucking show again, and morally he wasn't feeling it. He disappears. The media destroyed him, talking about he was a crackhead. He moved to Africa to do crack, and like, and it was all fucking fake, all of that shit. And look at where Dave Chappelle is now. He's one of the comedians that's getting the craziest recognition on Netflix. Every time a special comes out from Dave Chappelle, the world stops. You know what I'm saying? He was waiting for that one moment to be right again. And you never heard Dave Chappelle being pompous like this, where he's like, I want to be, you know, Eddie Murphy, or, you know, I want to be Jim Carrey, or, you know what I mean? Like fucking, what's that one guy's name? Patrice O'Neal. Because Patrice O'Neal had a similar career to what Ari Spears was. He was just more successful at it, I think, because he complained the least. When you are someone in the industry and you start to display behavior like this, you become difficult to deal with, because you think you deserve more than what they can offer you. When an opportunity like Mad TV comes across and you didn't make a lot of money on it, but the impact echoes through fucking time, you can't pay for that. That's not something that you can just put the bread up and be like, hey bruh, I want to be a legend, and I want to do this one thing where I'm known for the next 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. That shit does not happen. You have to do something great in that moment in order for it to exist like that. And that's what Mad TV was for him. So he doesn't feel like it was his peak yet. He wants to do bigger shit. I get it. But bro, you're already legendary. That's not something that people can pay for in this life. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what they got to say, man.
Where you come from? I live in a one-bedroom apartment. Yeah. Don't tell me shit, and I'm happier than a motherfucker with a mansion. Don't tell me shit about your life.
I want to be the motherfucker with the mansion.
No.
Why? How many rooms do you need?
It's just always been my dream since a kid that I want to be that dude. I want to be as big as Kevin Hart.
But you are that dude. My thing is,
in terms of talent and ability.
Right, but
my pockets don't show that.
But you know what? Your equation, I get it. But your equation you'll never be satisfied. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna be real.
Hold on.
No.
She understands. He's suffering from the disease called more. Men suffer from this shit, and women also suffer from this shit. They do. Everybody is in that FOMO, that fear of missing out. You know what I'm saying? I deserve something. I need, you know, people that are still chasing that dragon, they'll never be content. They'll never be content. They'll always want more. They'll always get to a goal list and overlook it and be like, man, fuck it. I did that. Let me do this. Let me do this next. Let me do this next. There is no ending to that life, you know? And sometimes, you know, her situation sounds like shit, bro. She sounds like she done put a lot of fucking work in, and someone like her that has delivered, you know, laughs through America, you know, should not be living in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment, bro. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you have to be broken down to find that level of gratitude to say, you know what? This is all I fucking need. You know, we're all sharing this moment of time right now. You know what I'm saying? I think she understands that. Is that like, this is as a collective, I'm just going to do my part, do what I came to do, and be unapologetic about it. I'm not sorry, you know what I'm saying, for how shit turned out. I'm actually grateful that I'm free, because she looks like a fucking free person. She looks like someone that is doing what the fuck she wants, when she wants, how she wants to do it, and it's still comfortable. That life gave her a life to continue to make money, so she's extremely grateful, and she deserves to be in more fucking movie roles too, more parts. And you know, they all do. You know, even Bobby gets the shit end of the stick when it comes to Hollywood. They don't really give him shit. They give him the little Asian funny fat guy, you know, roles, and it's like Bobby is capable of doing serious acting, you know, without comedy. And you would have thought he was someone, you know, in all of the fucking new movies coming out, he's hilarious, you know, but I don't know, maybe Reputation slowed down Bobby, you know, all the crazy shit he says, and, you know, brand risk type shit, you know what I'm saying? But I would love to see Bobby Lee in more movies, yo. He was in a new Minecraft movie, but let's hear her kick this fucking game.
What's your number? What's the number?
Your
What's the
equation
satisfaction
will
number?
never be satisfied. Why? Because some other motherfucker will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And then some other motherfucker will come around and have as talented as you, or possibly more, and then you're gonna get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold
and
up.
Everything you want.
Wait a minute.
But not what's in your present space.
No, listen, I hear you, but what I'm just saying is, when I go to comedy clubs, and listen, I'm not saying this is me saying this. I'm telling you what people have said to me, and they go, "Yo, man, you one of the goats. Yo, you a legend." And I go in my mind, no, stop. Eddie Murphy's a legend. Richard Pryor is a legend.
Right,
Dave
but then
Chappelle.
you stop. No, and the reason that shut you off is because if they tell you that, shut the fuck up, listen to what they're saying, and accept it.
Well, I do kind of.
You know what I'm saying?
But
you always have, no, Aries, because you always have some shit after that to say, no, that's not yours. Hey,
This
but
little
what I'm saying is, it's hard for me when I hear that and they go, "Yo, you top 5, you up there with Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle," and I'm just going, yeah. If my talent is that,
Aries,
then why?
Aries, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
If tomorrow you got that mansion and that big bag of cash, you think a switch is just gonna flip on for you, and that you'll automatically be, this is what I deserve, and I'm a happy man today. If tomorrow that happened for you.
From that aspect of having it,
Let's say you said, okay, you want your flowers, you're the goat, you've dreamt of this mansion your whole life.
Yeah.
If by midnight you move into that mansion of your dreams and you get everything you've ever dreamt about, the money, the bag, the mansion, whatever it is, do you think that you could sit there and be like, okay, I got it, I'm fulfilled, I am happy?
I would be happy if I got that plus the things that really matter.
What are the
This part breaks my motherfucking heart, yo. This part breaks my heart. Here we go.
that really matter?
I'm not a great father to my kids.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
God,
getting
my
somewhere.
heart just exploded.
So
Oh,
I want to tighten up my relationship with my son.
oof. Do that, and maybe the mansion will follow.
And as much as I love the woman who I want to marry for the third time, I cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck other women.
Yeah.
So I have a problem.
So
with
you have holes in your body that not a mansion or a bag of cash will ever fill.
Whoa, wait. If I'm going to fuck up, let me fuck up with the mansion. But not saying I want to fuck up. I'm just simply saying that exterior shit, that's what I've dreamt about. That's what I want. Now, if I got it tomorrow, that part I could check off the list and go, I got it. But I still would need that other shit to be in place too.
Which one can you control?
Yeah.
Why not both?
You can't control
Why not
Facts.
both?
How you gonna answer that? Do you see? Which Mo, ask it again.
Well, I
Which
mean,
one can you control?
the surface answer,
Or your relationship?
the surface answer is the relationship.
All right then.
That's not a surface.
But listen,
That's what's real.
My manager used to say to me, "You want
If you ever do this again, I swear to God.
What? This quote?
You're doing some sorcery.
No.
Okay, all right.
His quote was,
I have it too, dude.
His quote was always, you want to be rich, you want to be right. Because very rarely in this business can you be both. And I don't subscribe to that. I think you can be rich and right.
No.
Is it a harder path? Dave Chappelle is rich and right.
Dave Chappelle also got a relationship with his motherfucking kids. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Sometimes growing up, him being spaced away from his kids and him having to travel a lot. This is a really selfish business to be in. You have to be selfish. And a lot of people suffer for your decision to want to be in this field. It's sad when the kids are the people that are suffering. It's sad when, the wife has to suffer, because you're out on the road and then you're dealing with temptation and, you can't you're on a 30 show tour and you got to do that shit in fucking 5 months. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people suffer in these situations, and a lot of the artists, I would say they justify it by saying, I'm going to sacrifice myself, the time with my family, the time to be a normal fucking person, because you can't go out anywhere really without anybody, hounding you. You know what I'm saying? Your likeness is thrown in the fucking mud. And you're being sacrificed to be able to take care of your family for doing what you love. I get that. I understand. That shit is a real thing and it happens, You got to understand it's a balance of how to protect your peace, because it's extremely hard to protect your fucking peace. It really is, especially when you're doing shit like this where it's, fucking you're being an art fucking you're being a muse for either film or music. So I could understand that shit. And what she's saying is some real shit. It's like, bruh, maybe you should fix the shit with your family first, and then I think the pursuit would be a lot easier to do, even if it never happens. At least you walked away with that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas is just throwing their lives away, you know what I'm saying, pursuing a dream. And it resonates with me. It does, because, I'm in this space of like what it's like to be someone pursuing something bigger than anybody around me that's pursuing anything, financially, fucking, artistically. I'm pushing boundaries. I'm trying to do everything to be the best version of myself in my field. And a lot of people, they're not doing that pursuit. They're playing it safe. They're doing the 9 to 5. They're, talking with people and having their friends and barbecues, and a lot of that shit goes out the window when you're doing this shit, because you have to go on tour. You have to go do this. You got music to make. No one's going to make the music for you. No one's going to write the jokes for you. You know what I'm saying? Comedians, actors, models, rappers, athletes, they all live the exact same life. And they all struggle in the exact same places in life. Is it impossible to balance? No. But it's fucking hard, bruh. It is. It's fucking hard, yo. And like, I can understand where Ari Spears is like, well, shit, if life is gonna go to shit and I ain't got a good relationship with my kid and I'm constantly cheating on my girl and I'm breaking up with her, shit, I might as well fucking at least be in a mansion, you know what I'm saying? And that part of my life be where I want it to be, because the family shit is not. You know what I'm saying? My kid probably don't respect me, hasn't seen me in forever type shit, you know what I'm saying? That's where his mind is like, at least, man, fuck it. Let me get my shit the way at least I could rest that night. I know I did this shit for something. You know, I've already sacrificed the relationships with my family and, you know, being able to be single and all this other shit. He didn't sacrifice so much, but in the process he hurt a lot of fucking people. And it made his situation a lot harder to deal with. And it's so sad to see that shit, bro. That shit hurts my fucking heart. When I heard that shit, bro, that shit hit me hard, yo. But let's see what this nigga got to say, bro.
Whatever he wants.
But that's
says
Dave
whatever he
Chappelle.
wants.
But Dave Chappelle doesn't have the same circumstances. So when you tell me, hey, he's fucking other women, hey, he doesn't have a great relationship with his kids, then come to me, then step to me.
Hold on for a
But
second.
you are no.
Okay.
You're telling me you have an opportunity, that you can create an opportunity to be wealthy first here and then see it on the outside. You're trying to get it both at the same time. You're never going to be rich out there. You know why, motherfucker?
Because you ain't rich here.
No, right, because you're bankrupt. You're bankrupt, Aries. Aries, you're bankrupt.
That's a great.
But my thing is
that's a great chapter in a book.
No, it's the real, brother. I love you. You are bankrupt, and my thing is this: you don't have to be. I know you. You're a good man. If you want to be a good father, continue being a good man. I know you, Aries. So don't fuck with me, because right now I'm serious and I'm a little pissed off.
No.
I'm a little pissed off. You're a good man. You have
sometimes too good.
You can find out.
He's okay. He's an okay man.
No, but it's not. This shit is real.
No, but let me tell you something. Listen.
Don't go for the outside shit. It won't make you happy. And thank you for bringing that up. You can be a good father right now.
The things that
you can be a good man to your wife right now.
Well, wait a minute now. What I'm not gonna do is sit here and completely shit on her. All I'm simply saying is this is a two-sided affair. So what I'm saying is this: yes, I've done my shit, but she ain't fucking innocent. And you want?
See, this is the whole give and take, the balance shit. He's talking about his relationship now, and like. Come on, Ad. Come on, Ad. Let's go. Okay, so right now he's talking about the relationship. Bro, there's no fucking relationship that's perfect, bro. There's no relationship. You're not going to get into a relationship where everything is 100%. You break up with one chick because she was doing some stupid shit, you're going to get with another girl that might not be doing the same stupid shit, but she's going to end up doing some other stupid shit that's going to bother you just as fucking much, bruh. It's because people aren't fucking perfect. And until, like the J. Cole song said, bruh, you ain't going to be happy until you can love yours. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by loving yours, as far as relationship, you know what I'm saying? I think it really determines on, like, can you love someone's flaws? That's the whole thing of unconditional love. If you can love someone's flaws unconditionally to the point where they can do anything in the fucking world and like you still love them, that's when you know shit's working. It's gonna be for you. And if he can deal with toxicity and she can deal with toxicity and they love each other that much where they just can't be away from each other, that's true love. It might be a toxic ass love relationship, but you know, it's the love he knows. It's the love he's comfortable with. And comfortable and, you know, the love that you deserve is two different fucking things. But some people get sick sitting in relationships that are toxic. You know what I'm saying? So him maybe wanting his own space, I could understand, you know what I'm saying, wanting to get away, wanting to do his own thing because, you know, it's either the love you settle for or it's either the love you settle for or it's going to be the love that you find that's meant for you, that's going to be beneficial. And, you know, some people are so sick that they just sit and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's see what you guys say.
Why even be in that toxic situation? I don't know, but love is what it is. We got a chemistry and a thing that when we write, we write. But when we not, we not.
But couldn't you argue that you just focus on keeping your side of the street clean? Like, there's nothing you can do to control a partner, even if you have been together for a really long time.
Amen.
And marriage is not perfect. Like they can't be. You know what I'm saying? It's like the ocean and tides. They go out, they come back in, but you know you still stay focused on it. You know, it's not always going to be that fire.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's just all farts, and you know,
And sometimes you just got to grow the fuck up.
I hear you.
You got to be a man who continues to grow the fuck up.
I hear you. But
Because I know your potential.
for the people that I love and that I care about, I'll give you my last fucking dime, and Lord knows I have. And I mean, I've broken bread so many times and felt like I've either been not appreciated for it or taken advantage of it. So there's a part of me that, yeah, I'm angry.
Yeah, see, like the breaking bread aspect is why he feels like he can justify his actions. It's like, I'm busting my ass, I'm getting this money, I took care of so many people. Money don't mean shit, bruh. You can give someone $1 million today, they'll call you a week later asking for $1,000, and if you can't give it to them, it's fuck you. The money is just a tool, bruh. The money is the tool that's going to get people to get to where they got to go. It'll help the transitions of these things become a lot smoother. And it's a completely different situation. It's a different experience when it comes to that shit. So, like, I honestly, I don't know. I think, you know, what's going on with the whole fucking, you know, with Erie Spears, and, like, he's starting to feel like the money thing is what he can throw at people to justify his lack of, you know, awareness and being around people and having an actual relationship, you know, having that bond. That money ain't gonna make nobody happy. That shit, the happiness disappears the second the money's gone. So I can't look at, like, I would never look at the money like, oh, I'm gonna keep money around to keep people feeling like I'm doing my part. That ain't it. It's about actions. It's about, you know, understanding who you are and what it is that other people around you need other than money. You know what I'm saying? It's important to understand that any relationship, friendship, relationship with your kids, your wife, it's a partnership. You know what I'm saying? And they're in need of things too. And it might not always be money. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's how I feel, but here we go.
You have a right, but you know what? That's why you take that anger and make sure it's not put in places where it doesn't belong. Because when life hands you shit, brother love, you are minerals, and when you put shit and minerals together, you can grow fertilizer and grow more than you've ever thought you could grow.
plant a radish.
But my
radish.
Don't do that.
But my thing is this. My thing is this. Thank you, because those are the things you can't control. You can't control whether you get a mansion or not. So you could be chasing your tail. You never want to outrun the spaces you can take care of as a man in order to run to keep up with shit that you don't have that is a dream. Let it go for now. Take care of the reality and trust that whatever is meant to come will come. Because who knows? The man you grow into, like Mo, you may decide, I don't even know if I want that anymore. Because I found that my relationship with my son, my relationship with my children, you may not know that, Aries, until you start moving in that direction. You know what I'm saying? That's how you grow yourself. You better know yourself.
I want to remind everybody this is a comedy podcast.
I think this doesn't this isn't quite the same. This isn't quite the same at all. But, you know, Bobby and I were together for a decade.
Yeah.
And we were stuck in this small, tight, 2-bedroom apartment that Mo, you were in.
Yeah.
And his career wasn't going well. I was, what the fuck was I doing with my life?
Like, dude, bro, so
when we thought.
When Hangover, right? And I called my agent, can I audition for that part, the Ken Jeong part? The Hangover, they go, we don't really want to see him. They wouldn't,
Right.
Yeah. They wouldn't even let me audition.
Not for Crazy Rich Asians.
Not for Crazy Rich.
Not for Hangover.
The interview.
Not the interview when he could have played like Kim Jong.
Yeah, they called and they go, we don't want to see him.
Right. So
they wouldn't even let me in the room. So my point is that I feel what you're saying, right? Because I'm a very funny guy. I'm as funny as those guys. I know their talent levels. I'm very good. You know what I mean? But that's my reality, and I just kind of shifted into things that I can control.
But what I found,
which is this podcast. Wait, go ahead.
The most interesting thing was that we were so sure, because we were going through personal stuff, relationship stuff, And we were so sure that the moment that we moved in to a big house in a nice neighborhood with a yard for our dogs, that somehow magically our relationship would be saved. And the moment we got exactly what we fantasized for years about, our relationship unraveled. And it's all of this to say, you think you want it so bad and that's going to be your salvation. But the moment you get there, there are other things that were far more important that you weren't willing to address along the way.
Amen.
And that's what we failed to do as a couple. And I mean, it's just a testament to you think you want it till you get there. And I think that for now, you've had such an exceptional journey that is far from over, that there is so much work to be done. And if you just maybe focus on getting all of those things done, your kids most importantly, I think that you can have it all. You can be rich and right. And it's not over. And yeah, that was my 2 cents.
Thank you. It's more than 2 cents. That was $1 million worth.
Facts. Yo, beautifully said. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is true. 100%. You know, you guys could try to have like a master plan of like where you want to be, but you have to remember that people constantly change. It's the evolution of growth. You know, this is what we do. This is us as humans. We learn constantly, which changes us. You know, and it can go any way. It can go any way. You can be in a relationship with somebody for a very long time. You guys want the same things forever. Or you can be in a perfect relationship and you guys just choose to want different things. You know, so this is the possibility of what could fucking happen. It's the possibility. And I don't know, it's crazy because the possibility of having love in your life, the possibility of, you know, not getting with someone that cheats on you, the possibility of someone that, you know, fucking, you know, can be an angel the whole fucking, you know, time you're with them, and then you find out they're a fucking thief. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all the obstacles of life. It's like, you know, when you get to this position in life, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna accept this in your life and keep the show going, or are you gonna put it down and figure it out? You know what I'm saying? And get to that next place. I feel like Ari Spears is at this place in his life where he's done a whole lot and he's comfortable where he's at, but comfortability is a motherfucker, bruh. If you get too comfortable, you don't grow anymore. You're content, you know, and being content fucking sucks. I don't like being content. I like to be constantly moving, constantly doing something, constantly, you know, putting myself in fucking situations that will make me grow. You know what I'm saying? Because when you stop challenging yourself is when you start to fucking die, bro, to be real. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather used to tell me all the time, R.I.P. He used to say, I used to ask him all the time, bro, why do you work? Why do you still work? He's like, you know, because he was older. And he was like, bro, if I don't start fucking working, I'm gonna feel every pain in my body. So I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. But yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, Ari Spears, bro, you're a legend. You're a GOAT. You know, all these people at the table are legends. They're GOATs. I pray that, you know, you guys get the roles you guys deserve. Straight up. You know, all of you guys, especially Bobby. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is my little 2 cents, man. I saw this video online yesterday and I just wanted to pop in and just review it and see what I felt about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it did make me fucking feel, especially knowing so many artists, and I know that they're all going through this shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Yeah, so that's gonna be the stream right now, guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll probably hop in this week, you know what I'm saying, and do some gaming and shit. I've been playing Overwatch 2 a lot lately, and me and Zozo got a dub last night. Shout out Zozo, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Kalea, shout out Zaya. Daddy loves you. But yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And you won't be happy until you love yours, man. And shout out Juju Gang. Check out the merch, man. Go get it. JujuGang.com. You know what I'm saying? We doing some big stuff this year, and y'all about to see. We got some real crazy shit about to happen with the Juju Gang stuff. So tap in, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, all that good shit. And thank you guys, and see y'all soon. Yeah.
Quit with all the voodoo, can't kill my juju. Yeah, I got some screws loose, I might go cuckoo. I would rather lose you than to use you. You can kill a vibe now.